What we do at Riverwatch when we're planting is you're gonna want to dig kind of as far down as you can go.
Y'all are just gonna wanna dig your hole deep enough so that the roots and the soil, not too deep so that the soil doesn't come up on the plant.
I am a big fan of bats. As an environmental studies major, I really love how they are a natural form of pesticide.
We've been doing a lot of bat education since the summer up until now, and kind of culminating with this bat pollinator garden here.
My name is Erin. I am the Community Engagement Manager for Bat Conservation International. We knew we wanted to do a bat garden program, and we were looking for partners within Austin that were already doing really wonderful work that we could kind of support. And Austin Youth Riverwatch came up as a just fantastic partner.
I'm Melinda Chow, and I'm the Executive Director at Austin Youth Riverwatch. We run programs for high school students and young adults in environmental education and youth development in out-of-school time settings. And I think that enhances science and nature education that happens in the schools and in the classrooms, and exposes a wider variety of young people to potential environmental careers.
Hello, my name is Jose Rodriguez, and I'm here interning at Austin Youth Riverwatch. And the reason why I'm here and why I got here in the first place was it was kind of an accident. We were at an event, and I just signed up for everything really, and I got a call from them, and I was just like, okay, sounds fun.
My name is Krista Kelly, and I am an intern at the Austin Youth Riverwatch. I originally found out about the program through one of my professors at my college, and I really just love how many connections that the Riverwatch program has with so many different environmental organizations in Austin.
My name is Chanel Davis, and I'm a program manager at Austin Youth Riverwatch. We work predominantly with Black and Brown students who historically haven't had access and opportunity to the outdoors in the same ways as other groups. And our goal is to create a space and to create community for them to be able to have positive experiences in nature, for them to share those positive experiences with other Black and Brown young people that look like them, and for them to have some ownership, as well as hoping that that extends to stewardship later in life, currently in life as they're high school students, but also later in life and throughout their life.
Ever since I've gotten here, I've really just loved being outside, and it's really changed my mindset about a lot of things. Like, I wanted to be like a police officer, and now I'm not sure what I want to do now. Like, I want to be out here now.
In our backyard, we've got lots of things going on, two of which were a vegetable garden bed, as well as a xeriscape garden bed, which were already existing here over the past couple of years. And our xeriscape garden bed needed some work, as well as our vegetable garden bed.
Hi guys, my name is Alondra Fleming-Parra. I am an intern here at Austin Youth Riverwatch, and I really wanted to join this program because I know that they make a really big difference in the lives of the kids they work with, and I wanted to really contribute to that while also contributing to the environment around me.
I love bats because as an environmental studies major, I love learning about how they're a natural form of pesticide, really into plants and learning about sustainable planting. And honestly, bats just kind of get a really bad rep.
About 1 in 3 bats in the United States are considered at risk, and this means they have a declining population. They're either listed as endangered or threatened by the Fish and Wildlife Service. And there's a lot of different reasons for this, but one of the issues is definitely habitat loss. And so the average person can actually make a huge difference by providing habitat for bats in their backyard. And by doing this, they can plant native plants. And most of the bats in the United States, and all of the bats we have in Central Texas, actually eat insects. By providing native plants, you're providing a food source for the insects that bats are actually eating. So that's really, really important.
Partnering with Erin at Bat Conservation International. We've been working with them, teaching our students about bats, going to Bracken Cave, seeing the bats at South Congress Bridge, so many different things. Building a bat pollinator garden essentially that would incorporate the 2 garden beds that we already have while adding a 3rd at the back with the tires. We got tires donated from a local discount tire that otherwise would have gone off to be, trash in a landfill somewhere. So we decided we could take them, paint them, make them look nice, and make them into planters as opposed to them ending up in a landfill.
Basically, we had to get the dirt and fill up all these tires with the dirt, It was a process. It didn't take us too long. We got the granite, the stuff here. We had to tamp it down so it could look good and stay in place.
We had help from a fantastic landscape architecture named Rachel Rays. She's at Rays Landscape Design, and she was able to help us kind of draw out this back garden that we were looking for and figure out how to really do it in a cost-effective way, but where it would also be very aesthetically pleasing and also include a lot of the plants that we wanted to think about. Because with gardening for bats, you're really thinking about attracting more nighttime pollinators and kind of nighttime insects, because that's what the bats are eating.
So we can fill in right here. That's gonna look really good. Oh, no, you go for it. Right, you're fine. There, beautiful.
I moved to the Austin area about 7 years ago and watched the Mexican free-tailed bats go under the bridge, and I really became fascinated with them.
We've also even gone on like little hikes at night with bat monitors that Erin gave us that like track the bat sound and stuff, so you can kind of, the detector hears the sound and then it'll tell you approximately what bat it is, like what species of bat it is, which is so cool.
We have our Mexican free-tailed bats, and a lot of those will kind of migrate south to Mexico in the winter, but there's actually some we think that come from farther north and will actually stay in Austin for the winter and the bridge. We also have certain species that will hibernate in caves, the tricolored bat, the cave myotis, they'll be there for the winter. And then we've got some that kind of hang out here just because it doesn't get super cold usually. One of the things we want to think about with a bat garden is this idea of bloom time succession, where you have something blooming as much as possible throughout the year. It's just thinking about kind of like capitalizing on that as much as possible to provide the most diversity and also number of insect species for the bats to eat.
They're everywhere, whether you see them or not, right? Like they're a part of our ecosystem, they're a part of our lives. And I think that that was the thing, at least for me, and I think for students as well, that they really picked up on is how important they are and how prevalent they are.
I think what we're really good at and what we hear from students most has to do with new experience outdoors. And also just being a lot more comfortable with science and being in the outdoors than they would have before. And I think one thing we hear a whole lot is the sense of community, making new friends that they would not have had if they were not part of a program like Austin Youth River Watch.
This is what I like to do. I like to get down and dig and put plants on the ground. I like to get dirty, try to make a better environment for animals or anybody really. It's always good to be planting stuff. It can only help, so why not?